Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whenever we read or study something without proper reference to context, then there is a high probability of misunderstanding rather than understanding. For example, Bhagavad Gita, as I am told to speak on. Is Bhagavad Gita an independent book? Or is it a part of some huge epic? First, we have to recognize this. So, Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. First step. Second step, who is the speaker and who is the listener? We have to be very clear about this. First speaker and listener is Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun. Clear? Second speaker and listener is Sanjay and Dhritarashtra. Third is Bhagwan Krishna and Sanjay. Sanjay says, Vyasa Prasada Shrutavan Etad Guhyam Aham Param. In the 18th chapter he says. So three of them. Fourth, I am going to talk to you and I hope you listen. Four of you. In Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidaji Maharaj has presented the Ram Katha with a beautiful presentation. It is Manas, means mind. And Manas Sarovar is a big lake, very holy lake. So it has got 4 banks. And on one, it is the path of karma. On other, the katha is going on path of knowledge. The third, it is the path of devotion. And fourth is the path of surrender. Like the same, Ramayana presents these 4 approaches. So whichever we are fit for, we will be naturally attracted towards that. Natural inclination. See? So, also Bhagavad Gita. It is nowhere, I am just coining it like that. So, there are 4 teacher and student groups. Main is Bhagwan Krishna Arjun. Second is Bhagwan Krishna Sanjay. Third is Sanjay Dhritarashtra. Fourth is me and you. Clear? What happened to Dhritarashtra after listening to whole Bhagavad Gita? Nowhere there is any mention. Because nothing happened. So we belong to that category. We have been listening to Gita again and again, years and years. And yet, the same confusion. See? So nothing happened to Dhritarashtra. Then what happened to Sanjay? Sanjay also heard by the grace of Vedavyasa. What happened to him? He himself tells in the 18th chapter that Taccha Sansprutya Rupamatyad Bhutam Harehe Vismayo Me Maharajan Rishyami Cha Punappunah. Thinking and remembering the Vishwarupa Darshan in the 11th chapter, I am again and again thrilled by the mere memory of that. What a great experience it was. And therefore, he concluded. See, when Dhritarashtra didn't hear anything, no question of conclusion. Nothing happened to him. He was busy. when we are listening to something as someone busy, we will try to find out what is suitable for us. See, like example, I'll tell you. This happened in Mumbai many years before. After I finished my talk, I came down from the stage, and then one elderly round figure, virtually round, a Sindhi lady, she came rolling, and then she said, Swamiji, your today's lecture was perfect for my daughter-in-law. Please come and give it to her. I said, Maharani, you have come on your own, and yet you don't receive it. And you want me to give it to your daughter-in-law who doesn't want to listen. See? Because who was listening? It was not the seeker who was listening, but it was the mother-in-law who was listening. Now you are all married people. Now who is listening? Swamiji, what you tell? My daughter actually, he needs. So the father is listening, the mother is listening, or the daughter is listening, or the son is listening. The seeker is not listening. See, friends. So, Dhritarashtra was listening as somebody. And then came the Sanjay. Sanjay means what? He who has got perfect control over his thinking process. We all suffer because of a common disease. And the disease is called as we are infected by the habitual thinking. I just give you one small experiment. See what happens. Next 1 minute, don't talk to yourself. Over. Now see what exactly happened. When I say don't talk to yourself, did I tell you don't talk among yourself? So when you don't talk to yourself, you don't want to talk with others also. But when we are fed up of ourselves, we want to spread it. So if there is nobody, then caw, 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 like a poultry farm inside. Non-stop goes on. Because we have become somebody. Dhritarashtra became somebody. Sanjay remained as nobody. Because he was listening to the whole scenario, including the thoughts going in the minds of the people on the battlefield by the grace of Bhagwan Vedavyasa. We have that arrogance. We can see on TV anything happening anywhere in the world. But we can't know what is going on in the minds of the people on the screen. He knew everything without a hardware and software. See? So, 3 of them. No, 2 of them. Third, what happened to Arjun? See? And fourth, what will happen to us? That is important. So, Bhagavad Gita begins with first shlok. You all know the first shlok?
Yes.
If you know, together we'll chant. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre yuyutsavaha mamaka pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. This is the only verse attributed to Dhritarashtra. Here we have to go in depth. This verse is normally bypassed by all those who speak on Bhagavad Gita. Have you heard anybody talking on this verse? Even the first chapter, if you take Bhagavan Shankaracharya, he has not spoken a single word from the first verse of first chapter up to the 10th verse of the second chapter. He summarized the whole thing by one word. The first chapter indicates the moha that Arjuna was going through. See. But, I got a very funny approach to life. Because the whole Bhagavad Gita, everything was known by Dhritarashtra. So when the Vishwarupa Darshan was described by Sanjay, that time he told that all the warriors, everybody, was entering in that divine mouth of the Vishwarupa, and they were beaten and chewed and swallowed, and in between his teeth, somebody's head is coming, somebody's leg is coming, and he used to take his tongue out, Vishwarup, and eat it. When he has heard this, Dhritarashtra, why he didn't stop that war? Because that was told in anticipation. Nimitta matra bhava savyasachin. So, maya hatasam, I already killed them in anticipation, like we write application, thank you in anticipation, killed in anticipation. When this was known and heard by Dhritarashtra, why he did not stop that war? See? Has this question come to your head? Nobody tells you this. These are the secrets. See, my friends. Therefore, you have to study Mahabharata. And then we come to know. Bhishmacharya was one of the most powerful warrior of his time. Invincible. Nobody can win him. And he was on the side of Kauravas. And therefore, Dhritarashtra was 100% sure that we are going to win the war. Because there were 11 battalions with the Kauravas and only 7 with the Pandavas. So, the army size and the capable warriors, they were basically with Kauravas. So, there was no reason why they will be defeated. He was damn sure. And yet, when he saw that Vishwarup Darshan as described by Sanjay, why he did not stop? When he has seen that, then all his children, everybody was killed. What is the reason? So when I was studying, this started bugging me. See? Then you come to know an impossible thing happened on the 10th day of the war. An impossible thing was Bhishmacharya fell to the arrows of Arjuna, which was an impossibility, but it did happen. That has created a shock for Dhritarashtra. Therefore, if you take the simple translation, Sanskrit to English, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, on the Dharma Kshetra Kurukshetra, Maya and Pandu's children, Samaveta Yusavha, they have come together to fight. Kim Akurvata, what they have done there? Can it be a question? See? Going on the cricket field, what they have done? They have done Bharatanatyam. Can this be a question? This question cannot be there. And yet it appears in Bhagavad Gita. What is the purpose? What does it indicate? See, Maharaj, questions have got different shades. See, I asked this sweet girl, what's your name? So I wanted to know something about her. See, I asked this lady, why are you late? This is an objection. One was the inquiry, second is objection. Third is a surprise. Even you failed in the exam? That means it is not expected that you will fail. Question is the question. But what is the shade of that question? So this Dhritarashtra's question was what? Did he want to know how many people were killed on the battlefield? What they did? After having gone to the battlefield, nobody does except battle or the war. This cannot be a question. See, Kim Akurvata, what they did? They prepared pakodas there? No. This is redundant. It was not inquiry. He didn't want to know also how many people were killed, because in Mahabharata it comes clearly. On each day, how many warriors were killed, how many horses were killed, how many elephants and how many chariots were broken. All reports are there. Because he was a king and everything is reported to him. This is what happened today. So this also question cannot be valid. Then what is the question? Question is, how can this happen? What happened? How can Bhishmacharya fall to the arrows of Arjun? How can it happen? Because, again come back. Bhagavad Gita was told by Bhagavan Krishna to Arjun before the war began. Bhagavad Gita was heard by Sanjay when it was told to Arjun before the war began. Dhritarashtra heard Bhagavad Gita from Sanjay on the 10th day of the war. And therefore, this question is a surprise. How can it happen? See, like some intelligent student becomes suddenly depressed and I don't know how to appear in the examination, I don't know. So we are not angry, but we are surprised. Hey, what happened to you? See, if you take the beginning of Bhagavad Gita in the light of this understanding, your whole understanding of Bhagavad Gita will change. We mechanically go ahead. When Sanjay was asked this question, what is that? Because of which everything has changed. What is that? Then Sanjay begins. Drushtva tu Pandavanekam vyudam Duryodhanastada Acharyam upasangamya vachanam abravit. When the Duryodhana, your son, he saw the army array arranged into Kauravas and Pandavas, that time Dhritarashtra was told that when it was told as a past event, don't forget that. It was not told when the event happened. When it happened, your son, he went and talked to Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. Drushtva tu Pandavanekam vyudam, array, army's arrow, it was. Then, after having said, he started talking to Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. And he gave this thing, that thing, and you should take the care of Bhishmacharya. And he, in short, insulted Dronacharya. Dronacharya was his teacher and he was a Brahmin. See? So, teaching is different, sir, but fighting the war is different. See? Therefore, when he just said, look at their army, how nicely they are arranged. You should be careful, okay? We have to win this war. Now, to whom he is telling? Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, his guru and his grandfather. See? And then he realized his mistake, that to whom I am talking. But he said it already. And therefore, Bhishmacharya thought, before he becomes further frustrated, he blew the conch and declared the war against Pandavas. This happened 10 days before, when Dhritarashtra didn't know about it. And thereafter, Bhagavan Krishna and Arjuna came their chariot, and after having seen, Arjuna, out of his arrogance, friends, one may be able to digest failure in life. To digest perpetual success is very difficult. See? So, Arjuna was a perpetually successful warrior. One of his name was Vijay, because he was never defeated in life. See? Now, this Arjuna, out of his arrogance, one negative quality in any seeker of truth, and second, the bitterness towards anybody. See, once I was in Shirdi, Sai Baba's temple. So there are always some Kamandalu. So because they know me, I get straight away entry without going to big queue. So they were also coming with me. I went, did namaskar, and then they will be giving the coconut and one garland, and go ahead. And to other they push, go ahead, because huge crowd. So that Kamandalu asked me, Swamiji, you get such a great chance to stand there and do longer prayer. You just touch your head and went away, nothing. I said, do you know the rule? Longer the desire list, longer is the namaskar. See? So they will be doing 3 times. They will do namaskar and again, or I forgot one, again second namaskar. See? Then you don't have, I said, no, I don't have desire. No, but you must ask something. I said, yes, I did ask. What is that? I said, it is my personal thing. Why should I tell you? No, please tell. I said, I'll tell you, provided you ask the same thing. Agreed? Yes, I'll ask. I said, I asked him, let there be no bitterness, hatred towards anybody, even in dream, even once, even for fun, about anybody in the whole universe. This is what I asked him. You ask this thing. Swamiji, but mother-in-law. See, friends. So, Arjuna had bitterness towards Kauravas. He called them names. Atatai. Atatai means terrorist. Terrorist should be killed without trying. He is a terrorist. See? And about himself, he was talking something great. See, we understand, we are wise, but we are not like them. When these 2 things come in our mind, understand we are on the path of self-destruction. This is exactly what happened to Arjuna. See? And therefore, Bhagwan Krishna wanted to give him proper guidance. You all must be dreaming a lot, is it not? Everybody dreams. There is nothing abnormal about it. If the dream is very good, you have gone, let us take to Alaska, and in that beautiful train, and so many different type of trees, the animals, the water everywhere and all that. And you are going in that, you can stand outside and like a open top train, tea, coffee available, and you're traveling. Will that dream break? But if when the dream is going on, your train meets with an accident, when the dream goes on well, it never breaks. But when there is a dream accident, that alone helps us to come out of the dream, is it not? In the same manner, Arjuna was in the waking dream. I have come here 14 years. I was waiting for this day. I am going to kill him. And then that dream was broken when Bhagwan Krishna created a situation. See? When he orders, Senayor Ubayor Madhya Ratham Sthapaya Mechyuta, O unfailing one, Achyuta means who never fails. Kindly tell my chariot between the two armies. What for? I want to see who dares fight with me. Arrogance. He knew his guru, his grandfather, superior than him. Yet that arrogance is there. Then Bhagwan saw it is the right time to break his dream. And therefore, Bhagwan Krishna did not only take the chariot, but he has chosen a spot. Now, here is another subtle point. Had Bhagwan Krishna taken Arjuna's chariot in front of Duryodhana's chariot, will he ever ask any question? But what he did? Bhishma Drona Pramukhataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pasyaitan Samavetan Kuruneti. Of all the warriors on the battlefield, he took Arjuna's chariot in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya, and didn't keep his mouth shut, but he gave a chabi and he said, you have to fight with your own nears and dears. Pandavas were technically Kauravas only. They belong to the same Kuruvamsha. Friends, this is the story of Bhagavad Gita. We all suffer, never because of the enemies. We all suffer because of our nears and dears. See? If somebody's child is going the wrong way, drugs and drinks and smuggling and all that thing, what is our approach? These days the children are so spoiled, we become philosophers. No, but I am talking about your son. Oh, my son. Oh, immediately everything changes. Is it not our story? See, friends, this is what is happening in India. External enemies you can win over, but those who are living inside India as Indians, they are working against India. It's very difficult to fight. See, my friends. And therefore, Bhagavan Krishna told Arjun, Pasyayetan Kurun Partha. Partha, you want to know with whom you have to fight? You have to fight with your nears and dears. And who are they? Bhishmacharya, his grandfather. The position of Arjuna was unique in the whole Mahabharata. Nobody was allowed to enter the room of Bhishmacharya. See? He was brahmachari, strong personality. Nobody could dare in his room except Arjun. That position he had. To that Bhishmacharya, you have to go and kill. And Dronacharya is Guru. To make Arjuna number one, Dronacharya asked Ekalavya to chop off his thumb, so that my disciple Arjun is the best archer in the world. Such favor he has received from both of them. Now they are standing as enemy for Arjuna. See? And as a result, he was shaken off. When a confused person gets shaken off, the only thing he thinks is philosophy. See? I was in BITS Pilani. For a few years I used to go there on regular basis. Now I stopped going. There used to be the Vice Chancellor and Dean also, one Dr. Venkat Raman. And I never knew about him. But once I got an invitation, I went there. And then he told me, Swamiji, I have been listening to your those days cassettes. Because when he used to travel from Pilani to Delhi airport, he used to, 3-4 hours drive, he used to listen to that. He said, I heard all your Upanishad, everything. So I wanted our students should also listen. So I went there. And then he said, I said, sir, please tell me what should I talk? He said, talk on religion, philosophy, spirituality. I said, okay. So I gave 3 talks. One talk on religion, second on philosophy, third on spirituality. And then conclusion was, in religion there is no God. In philosophy there is no wisdom. God and wisdom together stay in spirituality. That was the conclusion. So, Bhagavan Krishna wanted to teach Arjuna the spirituality. And therefore, he created the situation. And one more point. See, Bhagavad Gita was delivered when? Before the war began. All there is told, you are all the students of Bhagavad Gita, know better than me. So, all that is told in Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, then Ashtanga Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, 1.5 dozen yogas, isn't it? Not less. None of that Arjuna practiced. He was on the battlefield. He cannot tell the army, hey, excuse me, this is my meditation time. He cannot tell that. He cannot tell, maaf karna, I am doing japa. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. No. You are on the battlefield. See? So nothing has been practiced by Arjuna. See, my dear friends, stunned. You should get up in the morning, no. Nothing. Shucho deshe pratishtapya sthiramasanamaatmana natyuchritam natinijam shailajana koshottaram tatraikagram manakrutva na kinchitapi chintayen. He was frustrated, confused. Nothing more. Mayi eva manahadasva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasisyasi mayi eva ata urdhvam na samshaya. Not. See? Vidya vinay sampanne brahmane gavi hastini shuni jaiva shvapake ja pandita samadarchina. He was taking them as enemies. Very Samadarshina. See, my friends, argument, logic. See? Katham Vishwamaham Sankhe Dronam Chamanusudana Yeshu Vipratyotsavi Pujara Varisudana. How can I shoot Dronacharya Bhishmacharya? Pratiyotsyami. Pratiyotsyami means retaliate. Forget about killing. Even if they kill me, I cannot retaliate them. Pratiyotsyami. See? So none of these things were ever practiced by Arjuna. See? Therefore, what is the crux of Bhagavad Gita? In the words of Arjuna himself, Arjuna's question was, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. Say loudly. Yasreyasya nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. About this verse, I will tell you something. This mantra, it has got a mantra shakti. About this I tell you. There is one doctor, now she is retired from her practice. When she was young, must be either she had just come out of her medical college. Since then she has been listening me. Now her daughter is also becoming mother. So, sometime I must have told in my talk, I don't remember what I bluff, I forget about it. So it happened with her. She was in California. She came for some function, graduation for her daughter or something like that. And as America is a prosperous country, they parked their car in the parking lot. He went to the mall, and then when he came, the briefcase, the passport, everything taken away. You can imagine, if passport is lost, everything is gone. So frustrated, so frustrated. What to do? She told me after she came back from there. And then she remembered, Swamiji. Then she said, I heard in my ears, start Karpanya Dosho. So she started chanting Karpanya Dosho Pata Savavaha, this shloka non-stop. This happened in San Jose, and they had to fly to LA. And from there they had to take a flight to India. So, what will happen? And then the whole night they had to stay in San Jose only, next day morning flight. And whole night she said, I was sitting, I only chanting. My husband was very frustrated, what to do. In the morning, maybe about 7 o'clock or so, we get a phone call from some police office that your passport is lying with us in this, please come and collect. And then she went and collected a passport and everything. So she said, Swamiji, when you told us that time that this mantra has got a mantra shakti, I did not feel it is so. But after I have practiced it, therefore, that was a prayer offered by Arjuna to Bhagavan Krishna with all sincerity. See? Now what is that prayer? Karpanya dosho pata svabhavaha. First thing. As we should not show pity on anybody. If you have to show love, not pity. When we are having pity on somebody, we have belittled him. Poor fellow, doesn't get anything to eat of. I think I should give him something. No. He is a mobile temple of God. Deho devalaya proktaha, dehi devo niranjana. Architaha sarva bhavena svanabhutya prakashate. So never have that pity on others equally. One should not have pity on oneself. I am unfortunate, I am nothing, I am papoham, papakarmaham. No, 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 no. Don't have that negative approach in life. Karpanya dosha pata svabhava. Because of this kripanata. Kripanata means, karpanyata means self-pity. A person who has got self-pity, he has lost his inspiration. When inspiration is lost, perspiration begins. See? Therefore, karpanya dosho pada swabhava, he say, because of self-pity, my original swabhava, nature is hidden, covered. Therefore, pruchhami tvam dharma sammuda cheta. Now I am confused about what is my dharma at this particular period of time, at this moment. I am unable to decide. Because I am a grandson, I am a disciple, I am a brother, and I am also on the war front. So I don't know. Apata svava. Prachami tvam dharma sammuda cheta. Now here Arjuna's greatness. Yes, Sreyasyat nishchitam bruhitanme. Kindly tell me what is good for me. Normally, we go to the temple and tell God, kindly do the following things. See, we don't tell, oh Lord, kindly bless me with whatever you feel is right for me. These two things, this comes in Kathopanishad. Preyascha Shreyascha. What is good for us, we may not like it. What we like may not be good for us. Early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. Early to bed, we don't like. And early to rise, we never like. But what is right is early to bed and early to rise. So what we do, because our life is guided not by wisdom, but by personal likes and dislikes. And therefore, late to bed and late to rise is the way to be unhealthy and otherwise. See? Therefore, yes, Shreyasya Nishchitam Ruhitanme. Oh teacher, kindly tell me what is good for me. See? Why should I tell you? He confesses, tells, Shishyasteham. Two types of people approach the Mahatmas. One is disciples, second is devotees. Devotees go to the Mahatmas to make the Mahatma change and adapt themselves. See, Swamiji, please take this thing. No, I can't take, I am full, Oh, I have bought me such a great love for you. Mama, if I take, I will die. Never mind, but you take. See? Because devotees make the Mahatmas change, adapt themselves. That is our highest spiritual practice. One of my professional hazard is taking food. 365 multiplied by 3. What will go inside? Even Narayana get confused. कहाँ से आया? ये अहम वैश्वानरो भूतवा. He also get confused. अरे ये अमेरिका में है, दोषा कहाँ से आया? See, therefore, one type of people approach the Mahatmas as devotees, and the second type as disciples. Disciples approach the teacher to change themselves. And therefore, Shishyasteham, Shadhimam, instruct me what I should do. See? And therefore, Bhagavan Krishna gave him a complete view of life. See? He did not tell him, do this. One of the most important for all the elderly people, don't make decisions for your youngsters. You have decided, you have destroyed your life, let them have freedom to destroy their life. See? But this is what happens. Up to a particular limit, everything is fine. Beyond that, don't make bonsai out of the kids. See, guarded freedom is required. So, Bhagwan started telling him how he started. First of all, now be attentive. I am going to come to the conclusion. What was the topic? Bhagavad Gita in one sentence. That sentence I will tell you. So, Bhagwan Krishna did first thing. If you want to really succeed in life, what is required is we have to be inspired in life. See, I tell you what inspiration means. I was in Tiruvannamalai, Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi's place. There we had a retreat for 4 or 5 days. And you know Tiruvannamalai, terrible heat, 40 plus degrees centigrade. Very hot. And the place where I was staying, other than heat, there was nothing. No AC. And South Indian food. So much of spices. Whether it was the vegetables were added in the spices or spices were added in the vegetable. It was so hot. And the cumulative effect was, I started a terrible dysentery. In a day, at least 20 times, 15 times. Drained out. But the satsang were going on, 4 lectures a day. So the concerned Swami was telling me, Swamiji, you are not taking food. I used to take little rice and little ghee and salt. Nothing can go inside otherwise. And that was with great difficulty. He said, you are not well, but when you give lectures, you are perfectly all right. I said, look here, when you love something, when you are doing something with inspiration, you are never perspired in life. Those who perspire in life, they have lost the inspired existence. Arjuna was perspiring. And perspiration is self-pity. See? Never have self-pity on yourself. See? And therefore, to bring him out, Bhagwan Krishna has to use a very strong method. As is the disease, so is the medicine. See? So, Bhagwan Krishna started with a very strong word. Klaibyam asmagam partha na etatvai upavadyate kshudram hruday daurbalyam tyaktodishta parantapa. Klibata, klaibyam means lack of inspiration. Whenever you do anything in your life without inspiration, life becomes a boredom. See? Like those of you who have come on your own, your experience is different. And those of you who are tied down with a lead, come. See? An inspired person is never bored. And a bored person can never be inspired. अब जी के क्या करेंगे? मरो. They don't have strength even to die. Unless they are Australians. You know Australians? First time when I came across an Australian, many years before. So out of courtesy I have to say something. Hey, when did you come? He said, to die. I said, I am not asking the purpose. Why? No, when did you come? To die. Australian today, they say to die. See, we are in this world to die? No, we are here to live cheerfully, happily throughout life. That is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Anything you do with inspiration, you will never suffer in life. Like one of my experience, Like I told you, one of my professional hazard is to go and take food in different houses. So when I went to somebody's house, as the usual, by default, Annadata Sukhi Bhava. So the husband said also, "Okay, may I get such a lovely food every day, but not the same food for 1 week." See? Because in USA, Australia, everywhere, the food is prepared in lot and goes in the fridge. Then it comes out, goes into the microwave, and then given it as a pindadan. See? Prosperity. Never mind. I also done the same thing, you do the same thing. So, he said, Swamiji, when you come, she prepares very good food. But every day it is not like that. So I said, you ask her. She said, Swamiji, yes, what he's telling is true. When you come, the food is really very good. What is the reason? I said, you should know. No, you please tell. I said, when I come, once in a while, you are doing it cheerfully, happily, with inspiration. It is not a burden for you. This fellow is a 24 burden. क्या है खाने को सर खा दे रहा. And therefore, preparing food for the people at home, it is a burden. It is not inspiration. It is a perspiration. So whenever you do anything under inspired mode, you are not tired. See? In Ishavasya Upanishad, there is a mantra, very peculiar mantra. See? Annam tamaha pravishati ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamaha yah vidya yagum rataha. It is said there, those who are engaged in karma, karma is the grandchild of ignorance. So those who are engaged in karma, they enter in darkness. Because when you do a lot of karma, you get tired and frustration. I have done so much, but what did I get? And all kinds of things. They enter in darkness. Tato bhuya evate tamaha, and much more darkness they enter, who are vidya yagamrataha. Vidya means upasana or bhog. See, if a workaholic person is there, likelihood that he may withdraw. But if a bhogi is there, he will not withdraw. See, to get out of the bhog, very difficult. See, and therefore, Arjuna is told, if you want to really lead a life, remain inspired under all modes. Whatever we do, it must have a signature of inspiration. See? And it can happen only if we live according to the mantra which you heard. Happy mantra mala you heard, isn't it? In the beginning. In that mantra is hidden. See? So, Klaipya Masma Gama Partha, Arjun, don't be an important. Na etattvai upapadyate. This doesn't suit you. If you claim to be the student of Bhagavad Gita and become frustrated. See? And why this is? Because Kshudram Hridaya Daurabalyam. You have become very disgusting existence. As we should never have pity on others, don't have self-pity. Self-pity is the highest sin in life. Never have self-pity. As much we should not have arrogance. Much more than arrogance, self-pity is dangerous. See? And thereafter, Bhagavan told the importance of karma. And then there also Arjuna keeps on arguing. And then Bhagavan tells him the principle of knowledge. See, tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. The importance of approaching the teacher and learning and studying. See, and after that was over, then we should have the equanimity. The whole Bhagavad Gita can be summarized in 2 words. Number 1, the problem of mamata. Don't go to West Bengal. Be in your house. So, problem of mamata. And the solution is samata. Samatvam yoga uchyate. See? So, all this was told, and Bhagavan comes to the end of the 18th chapter, and there Bhagavan has not asked this question to Arjun. Arjun, I gave you so much of knowledge. Did you get the knowledge? This was not the question. What was the question? Bhagavan asked, Kaschid etam shrutam partha Toya ekagrena chetasa kachid ajnana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Arjun, has your delusion gone? Knowledge is not a problem. Delusion is a problem. See? Delusion hides the wisdom. So important it is. What was the delusion? Delusion is, instead of remaining as nobody, we become somebody. And we take that somebody as real. We all have to play the roles in life. Instead of playing the role in the life, we get so much entangled in that role as if that is the ultimate of our existence. No, we are much more than that. See? Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna was Kachid eta shudam partha tvaya ekagrena chetasa. Arjun, have you heard properly? With single pointedness. And Kachid ajnana sammoha. The delusion born out of ajnanam does not mean absence of knowledge. Ajnana means incomplete knowledge. Knowledge can never be absent. There is incompleteness in the knowledge. The incompleteness in the knowledge creates all the problems of life. Like you must have seen when we take the patient to the emergency ward. We, as accompanying the patient, we don't know the seriousness. But the doctors there or the nurses, they know. See, we are so excited, frustrated, but they are so cool because they know to what extent the seriousness is. Both of us know, but our knowledge is incomplete, their knowledge is complete. Knowledge can never be absent. The problem is incomplete knowledge. Now, the Maha Mantra which I told you. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. This is the whole Bhagavad Gita. One sentence. Where was Arjuna? On the battlefield. When? During the war. What he should be? Should he be a disciple? Should he be a grandson? Should he be a brother? Or should he be a warrior? See? War was not a problem for Arjun. He was a professional warrior. Not a Malayali. Malayalis are also warriors, you know. They fight with themselves. So, the problem was not the war. The problem was not the grandfather. The problem was not the guru. The problem was my grandfather, my guru, how can I kill? If it is your grandfather, your guru, I don't mind. This is how the whole samsara is. And after having told everything, Bhagavan Krishna did not tell him what he should do. See? Vimrishya etat asheshena. Whatever you have heard, now reflect over it. And yatechasi tatha kuru. Wise people never make decisions for others. Otherwise, people make decision even for God. God should have done this thing. Therefore, God doesn't listen. Aage otherwise. See, therefore, now where are we in satsang? Wherever you are. When are we during the satsang? So during the satsang, what we should be? A satsangi, or a father, or a mother, or a brother, or a husband, or a wife. Who we should be? We should be satsangi. If you remain here during satsanga as a satsangi, you will get the right message. And now I have been speaking for 1 hour 2 minutes. How many minutes you heard me? Even this is not heard. Because the mind is running here and there. So what Bhagavad Gita in one sentence is this much. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Our condition is एक दिल के टुकड़े हजार हुए, कोई यहाँ गिरा कोई वहाँ गिरा. देखो. So if this much we practice, we have learned the whole Bhagavad Gita. So what is the message of Bhagavad Gita? Remain always 100%. When you are 100% available, you will not have any struggle to comprehend any topic. Let it be your work, let it be your kitchen, let it be your cleaning, anything. And this will keep us inspired under all conditions. An inspired person is never tired in life. Give it a try and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.